Um, Today I wanted to do something that's like bullying to me, but then again, not so much. Well, it is bullying. I don't like the fact people are bullied. That's their say. But this isn't really about bullying. It was about my mom being forced to go to something that she doesn't like. Just kidding. No, it is. My mom was forced to go to somewhere that we canceled. It is this Mormon church that they keep on making us have meetings. She canceled to go. I can't. They texted me, said, "Are we still good for 6:30?" And I said, "No." I made up a lie and said, "I have a friend coming over." And then they decided to ask me, "Is meeting with us a priority?" And I said, and then they said, "Is meeting with us important to you?" And I said, "Yes," lying, saying yes, but it isn't a priority. The priority part was completely true. But me and my mom canceled, and then they show up and say, "Are you ready?" And I'm just sitting on the couch like, I ain't going. And my mom was like, "Okay." And so she ends up going after she canceled. She ended up going. And I just don't like how, because me and my mom were spending quality time together. We don't do that much. We hardly ever do that. And then they show up and she leaves, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Me and my mom hardly ever talk to each other. We hardly ever spend time together. And then bam, she's automatically leaving because they picked her up after she canceled. I just don't like how she's forced. That's not the only time she's been forced. I hate it though. She was forced with my grandmother. That's why I don't speak to that woman anymore. Because we're getting back in the car from getting hair dye because the school made me dye my hair brown. So we're getting hair dye. And all of a sudden, I come back into the car with my mom crying. I had earbuds in the entire way there. I come back into the car with my mom crying, and I ask why. And then my grandma interrupts her and says, "Because I told her that she needs to keep the house clean, or you'd get taken away by CPS and everything." And I'm just thinking in my head, like, excuse me? And so my grandmother literally was like, you need to help your mom keep this house clean. And I'm like, it stays clean as much as possible. It's not my fault. We have a niece. I have a niece and my mom has a granddaughter. I keep my fair share of the house. My room is spotless. And they didn't. My grandma was just like, "I don't care." And last time I went into your room, one of the clothes that I got you was on the floor. And my mom was just like, "I ain't dealing with this." She gets out of the car, and then she still has the door open and tells my grandmother, "I want my daughter home in 2 hours." Because that's how long it would have taken my mom a lot longer than 2 hours, but she said she wants me home in 2 hours. And then she starts walking home, and it's normally a 45-minute drive, and so she's like, "I want my daughter back home in 2 hours." And my grandmother was like, "I ain't dealing with this crap," but doesn't say the word. You get the gist. And so my grandmother pulls out of the parking lot and starts driving down it, and rolls down the window and says, "Get your A in the car now, Shoshana," talking to my mom. And I'm like, "Are you seriously forcing her?" And she's like, "She doesn't need to walk home." And I'm like, "Well, we don't need to clean the house. It isn't your house." And so she was like, "You know what? I'm just going to be done with you guys. I don't want you coming over. I'm not going to be coming over anymore, and I won't be speaking to you guys." And my mom was like, "Okay," gets in the car. That's all my mom wanted. Gets in the car. They don't speak at all the entire ride home. And then when we get home, I dye my hair. And then the next day I have to go to school because I have an award ceremony. That's the only reason I went back to school. And my grandmother asks my mom, "What time is the award ceremony? I'm picking you up." And I'm like, is she seriously like this? Seriously? I hate when people force my mother to do stuff. And I don't like how my grandmother is. She tried bribing me to clean my room when it wasn't that clean. It had a few clothes on the floor, and my dresser needed to be cleaned off. And she bought me $100 worth of clothes, and they were all on sale. So she bought a lot of clothes. And she said, "I want your room spotless and then I'll give you all these clothes." And I'm like, don't bribe me. I even even texted her. I'm like, do not bribe me with your clothes. And I'm just like, and I wouldn't even wear any of those clothes because they were all pink and purple. I can't. Pink is okay. Purple I hate. But I'll only wear a little bit of pink. A little bit. And so she's like, okay, I won't bribe you ever again. And okay. I was just so annoyed with her. So I don't talk to her anymore. I don't talk to her, many reasons. And that's pretty much about it. But I hate when my mom is forced to do anything. And I wanted to make a video a lot sooner, but I've tried like 3 different times, and it was all too long, and I changed the subject. The first subject was the church. I hate this church, and I would say about it, but I've already done this video for 6 minutes, and you guys probably don't want to hear it, but I will mention it. But thank you for listening. I probably was so quiet. I know I speak so quiet. I'm trying to work on making my voice go a little louder in my videos. But thank you if you do watch this, and I do want to say I do so many videos, and I just want people to actually get help from me. So if you do not mind getting your friends to watch these videos that I make on bullying, suicide, and all that, and get them to subscribe, because I want to help out so much with people, just like MDE did. And I mean, well, that's it. I love you guys, and bye.